My name is Xander Uleman. We're here at Cisco Live in San Francisco. I'm here with Andy from eLoyalty, and just want to get your points of view on what's happening here on the show floor. What is it like?
You know, there's a ton of excitement. You have all the vendors, the ISVs, the VARs, everybody's coming together because we are taking Cisco Powered solutions, putting them into our products and in our offers, and changing the way customers get their experience and changing those outcomes for all of our customers.
So tell me a little bit about the eLoyalty service capabilities and the cloud offers that you guys have in market today.
So eLoyalty's been a Cisco partner for a very long time, 15 plus years, and one of the things that we've been very strategic and kind of is unique to us is we focused on the contact center industry. So within the contact center industry is specific skill sets, managed services, professional services, consulting services, and we've chosen to partner up with Cisco and have a Cisco Powered cloud that allows us to really offer stable and scalable solutions. And so we built a front end around that to allow the simplicity that customers expect from a cloud-based service. And now we're able to deliver and change, again, to my point earlier, customer experience outcomes for our customers.
So when you talk about getting these services in place, tell me a little bit how difficult that is.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, when you look at the cloud, you have a couple of very unique perspectives coming at it. One is there's reasons people go to the cloud, so you have to make sure you address those first. Then there's complications in the integration of the technology. How do I make it multi-tenant? How do I get permissions based? Where do I do with my security? How do I become HIPAA compliant? All those things have to be taken into consideration. Then there's the expectation, because it is more simplistic, of what's my consumption model look like? Do I get self-administration? Those things become a real big deal. Having Cisco on the back end really enables us to not have to worry about the core. But I don't ever have to worry about the stability and scalability of it because I got Cisco on the back end.
I think a lot of folks don't actually know that before Cisco even gives you the Cisco Powered endorsement, we put you through an audit.
Yes.
And it's not somebody from Cisco, but it's a third party that comes on site, that looks at the technology implementation, but also looks at the delivery of the service or the ITIL certifications that you guys need to have in place to make sure that that is truly an enterprise class experience.
That's right. And we've gone through that audit. You know, it's important that we're enterprise grade, and that audit allowed us to get to that point. And you know, Cisco's done another thing that I think is really interesting, and it's one of the things that kind of echoes on the floor here. Cisco's innovating what I would say the cloud from they've been calling the Intercloud.
Yeah.
When you have clouds out there, they're great. And there's a lot of disparate clouds out there, but imagine trying to take your piece of data from one cloud and moving it to the next. It's very difficult to do, because when you look at clouds, you end up getting hooked into them, just like if you were to buy premise gear.
Yeah.
And what Cisco's been starting to enable to happen, and it's a benefit for eLoyalty, is this whole idea of creating a fabric between the clouds that allows me to migrate data. So when somebody gets on my platform, you know, audit or not, they have the ability at that point in time to go and leverage Cisco in other places. Right. So they have a different level of confidence with that purchasing decision. It's really
giving the end customer choice.
Yeah.
To do with what the workload deems necessary, whether that's dev test type environment versus production, enterprise class, etc. So that's good to hear. So last question that I have for you: when we look at kind of the you guys are participating in the Cisco partner ecosystem. There's lots of different partners that kind of consist of that ecosystem, including some of our storage partners and others. What is the value of that ecosystem to eLoyalty?
It's huge, because I don't want to develop it all, right? And so even though I've got Cisco at the core, right? So Cisco runs my back end, I still have all these other peripheral, secondary, tertiary applications that I have to deal with. So even though I've got that front end and I'm trying to make it seamless and ubiquitous, I'm not going to build my own WFM and QM. I'm not going to build my own CTI integration. So I go to Calabrio and NICE to make that happen for the WFM. I go to Booker and Suter for my CTI. I go to UpstreamWorks and eGame for my multi-channel. And and my value is I bring them all together and give them one throat to choke. At the same time, I'm using that entire ecosystem that Cisco has paved the way for. So.
Andy, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thanks for your time,
and look forward to seeing you here again next year.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks.
Take care.